What's up, guys? Welcome to Arcade Fire. I'm Sean Collier,
I'm Tiffany Lindsay.
I'm Terrence Cannon.
And I'm Taylor Mitchell.
and as usual, we're gonna start with the game releases. And the upcoming game releases that we have right now are Deformers for PS4, Xbox One, PC, and it's coming out on Valentine's Day, February 14th. And then For Honor, PS4, Xbox One, PC on February 14th. Ride 2 for PS4 and Xbox One, February 14th. And Sniper Elite 4, PS4, Xbox One, PC on February 14th. So, all Valentine's Day.
You're going to get Vikings, samurais, and knights fighting each other on Valentine's Day.
And
That is the best present anyone's ever given me.
And you can get snipers, so yay! I honestly didn't know they were making another Sniper Elite game. I mean, I've always been interested, but I never actually played one, so...
I've honestly have never been interested. It just kind of looked like another Call of Duty to me. I know it's not, but on the cover, it's kind of like, I got Call of Duty. I don't need all this other stuff.
Well, I looked at one of the boxes at GameStop, and I was like, oh, I get to kill someone, and I get to see what happens, like, to their internal, like, damage and stuff, and I was like, that's cool, and that's about it.
Honestly, I'm excited for For Honor, but I'm thinking I'm going to wait a week before I get it. I don't know, because I've been looking at it since it's premiered on, like, E3, but it's one of those games you don't know if you're going to like until, and I kind of want to wait till some reviews come out. Like, I'm on the fence about it.
I'm going to wait a little while, too, but it's also because of the money thing.
Yeah, I have no money, so I can't get new games anyway.
Yeah, and I pre-ordered Horizon Zero Dawn already, like the big collector's edition, so that's kind of where my money went. And all the Japanese games that came out recently.
I love how Tiffany just gets all these games, and you and me are over here like, we're poor.
Yeah. I'm just over here, like, I'm still playing Resident Evil.
Well, I don't
nonstop.
pay for all of them. Like, my boyfriend pays for some. So, I mean, it kind of helps.
Does kind of help that you're being enabled by your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Does.
Yeah, like, we're going to, like, have, like, Persona 5, too. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, because I'm, like...
Japanese nerds.
There's so many games I haven't finished that I bought. So, while I'm in my sadness of not having money, I'm going to try to finish all the games I didn't finish, so...
Yeah, I'm trying to finish Warriors Orochi 3 right now.
Yeah. I've got so many games that I have that I just haven't completed.
Me too. That's usually I finish them in the summer. I know that sounds bad, but like I'll finish like either main story or get a lot of the side quests, and then like I truly like finish it like 100% like usually in the summer, when like no games come out.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I catch up.
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
So,
Who was going to talk about this first thing? Who was going to?
Terrence.
So,
What's happening?
what's going on with Elder Scrolls?
Elder Scrolls releasing Morrowind.
Morrowind.
I'm actually pretty excited for like Morrowind.
Because I like the game Morrowind. I know that's like an old game, but I still play it sometimes.
It was the first Elder Scrolls on consoles.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
And when I saw the trailer for the Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind, I was like, wow, maybe I'll play it.
Yeah, my thing is I don't want to have to pay every month to play an Elder
It's
Scrolls
not.
game. Is it
It's
not?
free to play.
It's free to play.
I thought it was.
It started out as a subscription based.
Oh, they switched to free to play. Okay.
Yeah, but
they
the
launched-
DLC is what makes it worth it. So you have to dish out some money.
Well, I mean, this is saying it's going to be $39.99 for an expansion pack, and that seems a little bit much.
Like the gold edition, I think is still $60, and you get all the DLC they had out until this point. And
I mean, it's not as bad as Destiny expansion packs.
yeah,
That's because Bungie wants your money, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like, also with Elder Scrolls, like, especially when it comes to console stuff, like, they have so many glitches that you're probably paying more for a little less glitches. Because could you imagine if Elder Scrolls was making, like, $15 off this? Like, you probably wouldn't be able to play it.
Yeah, maybe.
Especially if you're on PlayStation. They don't love PlayStation users.
Bethesda hates PlayStation.
wait,
You heard it here, folks.
So wait, from what this says, it's $39.99 if you already have the game, But if it's $60 for the game with all the existing content and then this DLC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I was saying. The Gold Edition had the DLC with it, so I guess if you bought the Gold Edition now, it would come with it.
Yeah, but I mean, it also like talks about it comes out with over 30 hours of story. There's a bunch of side quests, side missions, like so it's basically like a new game.
Well, you can judge all you want, but I like Dark Elves. Dark Elves are my thing. I don't know why. I just like
Argonians.
Well, see, I started off with Dark
Argonians.
Elves, but like I've kind of liked the like High Elves better. Like
yeah.
I've done 3 playthroughs like on Skyrim because that's the only Elder Scrolls besides Elder Scrolls Online that I've tried. And I did a Wood Elf, and like the resistance to magic wasn't enough for me to care about. And with High Elf, people are a little less racist on the game, and I get a little extra bonus of magic. So it's kind of like
People are just a little less racist in
Yeah.
Skyrim, where everyone is a racist.
yeah, but I mean like with Dark Elves though, like it's intense. Like
Well,
I've had people
I
come
like
up to
being
me
a
and kill
dark
me because I was a Dark Elf. Like
But yeah, yeah. But I like being Dark
Are you
Elf.
saying that people in Skyrim hate dark people?
They hate furry people and scaly people too, so it's okay.
if you have leprosy, don't go there.
Yeah. But I still want to play that game. I just haven't picked it up just because I'm just like, it's another.
Yeah, that's my opinion
Yeah.
on it. It's like, yeah.
It looks fun, but at the same time, just like I play WoW, so
Yeah.
I've tried it.
We have our MMO.
I tried
Yeah.
my friends, like, they had it, and I just put it on, on my account, and I tried it for, like, 2 days, and I just didn't care enough to keep up with it, but I have
Yeah.
tried it.
I played it on PC when it came out as free to play because I had it on Steam when they did the Steam sale, and one thing I want to say is if you play that game and you're buying it through Steam, don't buy it through Steam because it does not work. You have to install it through from the game's website's installer because otherwise, when I did it, Steam installer didn't work. So
Wow, I like console better.
and then I played it on my PC and it was all right. I mean,
Was it as
It
bad
was
as
just-
Arkham Knight? Like
What do you mean, like-
for PC
Nothing is
users?
as bad
Oh.
as PC version of Arkham Knight.
I don't know because I haven't seen how bad that was.
Like it was so bad, like people were like walking through walls because the game
People
wouldn't
like the
load.
game was actually
the
unplayable.
game was playable. It was just like I think it feels now that they changed all this stuff when it first launched. It feels better on a console than it does on PC.
Yeah, but like Arkham Knight was worse than like that Superman game that came out on 64 as far as playability.
Superman 64.
When you compare things to Superman 64, you're already losing the battle. Let's be honest. You may have already lost the war. Just another, since we're talking about Bethesda stuff, here's another Bethesda thing that happened. A couple days ago, I think it was either 2 days ago now. I think it was 2 days ago now. Fallout Shelter released on consoles. For those of you who do not know what Fallout Shelter is, it is a really fun, it was originally a mobile game that is just, you get to be the overseer of a vault in Fallout. And you get to mess with people's lives and either destroy it or make them successful human beings.
Wait, so it's on console now?
Yes, it's on console
Is
now.
it free?
Yes, it is still free to play.
That is awesome.
Yes, I have it. It's downloaded on my Xbox already.
Dude, I would see that my problem was with the like I had it on my iPad, but I have an older iPad, so it kind of runs slow on it. I mean, I could probably play it on my phone, but if I can play it on my console, I'd rather do it on it.
Yeah, I had when I had my iPad when I was at Gadsden State because they gave me one. It was great. It was a newer one, so it played the game wonderfully. It was great. But now I don't have that anymore, and now I have a new thing I can play the game on. That's
So
really
is
great.
it only on console or is it on PC too?
I think a PC version was already out.
Oh, really?
I'm not
I
sure,
didn't
but I'm
know.
pretty sure. I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but I'm pretty sure.
I haven't played that game in forever.
Yeah, it's.
They've
I mean,
updated it so much since that.
yeah, now you can like go on quests outside the vault.
Yeah,
There's a whole lot of stuff.
but
And then we also have Switch news that we aren't swearing off.
yeah.
For those of you who don't know, me and Sean and Tiffany had a conversation after we did that big episode on the Switch, where we said we're not going to talk about the Switch until it comes out unless something big happens.
Yeah, and this one's actually like not horrible news compared to some of the news that I've read, and they're going to do an online service because they're going to do parties and stuff, I guess, to catch up with PlayStation and Xbox. And even though they're not going to be like actual competitors, you still got to keep up to a certain extent or you're just going to fall behind. That's just how life works. And the online annual fee is actually going to be cheaper, a lot cheaper than PlayStation or Xbox. It's going to be like basically $27. Like it says approximately 17 to 26.40, so I'm just going to say 27 for the high note.
And that's for a year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That is annual
insane.
cost.
And that includes like being able to be compatible with the VR and whatnot. But I mean, also though, some of the other news that I've read about the Switch, they're talking about the ideas they're thinking about trying, and like with the free games at the end of the month, it just kind of goes away. So I mean, there's also that. Like, at least with PlayStation, Xbox, you can keep those games.
As long
Well,
as you
I
have
think the way it seems is like they're doing it as like kind of like a trial, because they've done trials before, but I think it's like you get to play that game for that month and then it goes away. So if you wanted to keep playing the game, you'd have to buy it.
Yeah, but I mean, if it was $60, $70 a year, like comparable to PlayStation and Xbox, I mean, it wouldn't sell the online services if you didn't get to keep games, especially if it's going to be like one game, maybe two. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to have to be like less than $30 for people to be okay with that. Like, people are cool with like open trials because if it's a short game, they can finish it or maybe rent it and finish it off. Like, that's not a big deal. Or maybe you can get a discount on the game. Like, I think that would work. Like,
That would be cool.
if
It
you
would
want
be
to
good if during the month you could get a discount while you're trying the game. If you
or
wanted
maybe
to buy
like
it.
like the week afterwards, like that following month, if you still want to play the game, like
Yeah.
you get like $10, $15 off of it or something.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
But I mean, that's the only way I can see it working out well. But I mean, if it was like $59.99 or $69.99, like, would you want like it online if you didn't even keep the games when it's only like one game that's going away at the end of the month?
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things that makes like Xbox Live and PSN like an actually good value. Is you do get like with Xbox you get like 4 free games every month, and
PlayStation you get more, but they try to cover every console.
yeah, I mean that's why with Xbox they cover every console, but there's only 2 consoles, so what's it matter? But because I mean really when you break it down, Xbox Live is $60 is $60 for a year, and that ends up only being about $5. So it actually ends up being a pretty good deal. I don't know PSN pricing because I don't know PSN.
They just went up. It was $49.99. Now it's $59.99. But I mean, they always try to do at least like 2 of each thing, and then they try to do like a crossover game that usually works on like all 3 or at least 2 of the 3. So I mean, I guess that gives the option to people who might not have all 3.
Yeah.
But honestly, this month is nothing to look good about anyways.
Yeah.
Like Little Big Planet 3. Yeah.
Hey,
It's not a
It's,
bad
it's
game,
selling
but
for like
it's not-
$4. Like that,
Yeah.
that can't count as a free game
Yeah.
or the big free game.
But when it comes to like, I want to talk about the Switch VR thing for a second,
Okay.
because I was one of the people that saw it when they, when Nintendo they started speculating all this stuff, when
Mhm.
people already speculated they were going to do VR. They only were speculating because they did a patent on like a device that you put the Switch tablet into, to make it a VR headset, and that piece of information came out before they did the press conference thing, talking about like the Nintendo Switch with the hardware and all that stuff. So after seeing the press conference thing, they do all the details on like how the controllers work. It makes so much more sense because the controllers are like, they have like the HD vibration stuff. They have the IR sensors that like can detect like a shape and how far it is away from it, and like it can detect how high it is or how far you are in the room and stuff like that. So it makes total sense for them to be even thinking about doing VR, because this would be the perfect console for them to do VR on. Whereas, and the reason I'm bringing this up is whether or not this will compare to the other VR things that are out right now, I have no idea, because the one main concern is, what are they gonna do in VR? Like, are they gonna have first party VR games? or are they gonna do just third party? But I'm assuming they won't do just third party. It's Nintendo we're talking about.
Like a VR Zelda game could be cool.
That would be cool.
Give like full sword controls, like what they promised for Skyward Sword, and just be like.
Could you
VR.
imagine if they did like a VR like Pokemon Snap
That would be
Hey,
cool.
I'd buy that game.
or like
Yeah.
Pokepark, like where you can import your Pokemon? Like
Yeah.
maybe not be like a
Like,
full on
play with your
Pokemon game,
in
but like
VR.
you know
Like,
something. It'd be better than
be
like
able
the
to pet. I want to be able to pet my
Or just a
Pikachu.
Pokemon game in VR. That'd be cool.
Honestly,
That
I
would
think
be
about the
cool.
Nintendogs that they did in VR. Like that'd make it a lot cooler.
Yeah, but that was and that's what my thing is. Like for me, if they are gonna do VR, I want to see like what they're gonna make out of it, and also if they're gonna be as good as what we have out right now. So that's my concern.
Yeah, I think Nintendo could probably actually make VR good because I think
so.
because I think VR right now is kind of still in the novelty phase because it's not incredibly good.
Yeah.
I
I mean, it's enjoyable, but it's not pristine.
Yeah, I do find it funny that they've basically come up with the same idea as Gear VR, except they now have they have controllers.
Yeah. Like but I also think that makes it a lot more affordable though.
Yeah.
So they're gonna beat out Sony if it's more affordable than that in that manner, because people will be like, oh, I have a Nintendo Switch, and it'll be like maybe $100 or so dollars just to get the stuff for the VR.
Yeah, it's gonna be cheaper than.
Not to
I
mention, you can, if it's for the Switch, you could take it anywhere.
And I think it makes it better too, because like then Sony and Xbox don't have to worry about like making any games for kids. Like Nintendo would definitely have that covered. Like it's going to
Yeah.
be like family friendly. Like
Yeah.
you know, and I know they do a couple of games that aren't family oriented, but they are for the
Yeah,
most
yes.
part. And like Resident Evil and stuff. That's definitely not for a child. And they probably don't understand why they can't play as many games as their parents if their parents actually care about their well being. But
My thing that I've said a lot of times is that that's where Nintendo's real place, where Nintendo like seems to stay in the market is where there's stuff kids can play, because Microsoft and Sony less so than Microsoft. Microsoft doesn't care about kids. Let's be honest. I hate to anybody who has kids in the kids that's listening to this show. I hate to tell you, Microsoft doesn't care about your children. Because they really care. They really care about teenagers, young adults, and full-grown adults.
And honestly, most parents don't care what their kids play nowadays, anyways, or they don't look at what their kids playing. And I think if your kid's mature enough to handle some stuff, it's not a big deal, especially if they're playing with people they know. But you've played online. You know how those kids talk.
I just don't like playing GTA Online and hearing the kids on there. That's my problem.
When I was 8 years old, I played Halo for the first time, and I played it with my dad. I was only allowed to play it with my dad, and so that was my first time I was introduced to Halo. And I'm going to be honest, when I was 8 years old, some of the things in Halo freaked me out. Like
I forgot you're so young.
I could not play flood levels, any level with the flood by myself.
But I mean, my grandpa let me play the first Metal Gear Solid when I was like 5, so I mean, I can't say much, but I think it should also go on kids' maturity levels. Like,
Yeah.
the first time I went online on PlayStation, I didn't like yell racial slurs and try to kill people, like literally kill them, just in the
Yeah.
game. And a lot of little kids, like, they got more foul language than like we do, and we're adults.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That was the thing, is my dad got the game. I think he got it for Christmas, and he's like, I'm gonna play this, and I'm gonna see if it's okay for you to play, and then I'm going to make the decision whether you get to play it. So he played it one night, and then the next day he's like, I think it'd be fine for you to play this. Just you have to play with me. So that was actually my fondest childhood memory, was beating Halo with my dad
Yeah,
when I was far too young to be playing Halo.
Yeah, me and my grandpa played Metal Gear, and then like when like the PlayStation 2 came out, like he's the one who introduced me to GTA, but like 'cause he liked San Andreas is like his favorite game of all time, and he didn't like the Metal Gear Solids after the second one, but
That I can.
He
There's
says
two types of people in this world when it comes to Metal Gear Solid 2. They either love it or they absolutely hate it.
yeah, and it's just sort of like, but my grandpa like explains stuff to me as it goes, but like when it came to like when I grew up, like TV and games and stuff, I wasn't really restricted from, even though I was restricted from like go into just anybody's house I wanted to, but it was kind of like my grandpa's mentality was, well, you're going to get exposed to it anyways. At least I can explain to you in a correct way than you just going crazy.
Yeah, I think that's probably what my dad thought too.
And, you know, back then I didn't have an online system, so I didn't get an online system until I was like 18 years old. So
yeah, I didn't get Xbox Live until I was like 16 years old. So
I mean, I had the internet, but I mean, you know.
Terrence, what you got a problem with that? What are you doing your arms?
But I mean, MySpace and Facebook weren't a big deal.
You got something to say?
I mean, like, my dad was very like restricted on like what type of games I could play, but I at least had access to online stuff, like games. So it wasn't really that hard.
You were one of those kids that screamed out racial slurs while playing Call of Duty, weren't you?
No. I was the kid that was getting them that was talking trash to me with like racial slurs.
Oh, okay.
Because I kept like winning.
Okay. So you wrecked all the noobs.
Exactly.
All the noobs were wrecked that day.
See, back then it was more of a money problem than it was like my grandparents didn't care if I played online because, you know, I could use MySpace, Facebook. My folks never been like, no, you can't be online with the internet. It's just they didn't want to dish out $400, and I was like 14 or 15 when that came out, and I didn't have $300 or $400 for that.
Same.
They just gave me another Nintendo. I was like, hey, you like Pokemon? Pokemon games are cheaper than the games for this console, so we're just gonna keep buying you Pokemon. And like, I got the Kingdom Hearts games that came out for DS. Like they just thought it was cheaper, so that's the route I went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents were kind of like, we're not paying for that, but eventually my grandparents were like, what do you want for Christmas this year? I was like, Xbox Live. They were like, that's a cheap solution. Okay. So.
But do we want to talk about Mass Effect?
We need to talk about Mass Effect. Mass Effect needs to always be talked about every time.
Yes, of course.
There's apparently a 10-hour trial coming the week before launch for Mass Effect Andromeda. However, there's one little caveat. You have to do Ubisoft's service where they let you try out games. That I forget what it's called. What's it called? Let me look.
Was it Uplay?
No, it's
Wait, you talking about BioWare or the EA?
Yeah, the EA Access. EA Access. That's the name.
Yeah.
I said Ubisoft. I'm sorry. I was wrong. Please don't make fun of me on the internet. Enough people do that anyway.
He's country. You have to excuse him.
Hey, no, I'm not. don't make that joke.
He's
So you have to
country.
you have to have EA access to have access to it. That was redundant. But so my thoughts about that are, why?
Because it's EA. EA
Why-
are like the EA are the masters of. Oh, you want this bit of gameplay? Well, here, let me make you rip out your fingernails before you can do it.
Like, just give me a beta or something. Like, do something. Don't just be like,
Honestly,
oh, there's a 10-hour trial here,
just-
but it's behind a paywall.
Just being honest here, I'm gonna wait for the game to come out
Yeah, me
and play it when it comes out. That's what I'm gonna do.
And honestly, with Ubisoft, like, it's probably not gonna be finished anyways. So you just wait
What did you
like
say,
you.
Ubisoft?
This EA.
It's EA.
Now you're making the mistakes, Tiffany.
I know. I'm making fun of you.
Oh, okay.
You said Ubisoft. Their games are never finished.
Yeah, but EA's are though.
EA's are, but then they make you pay for everything.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, it could be
She's
argued
fine.
that Dragon Age 2 wasn't a finished game, but that's just because of all the salt I have about that game.
let's just forget that game.
Yeah, honestly, when it comes to EA, the only games I like are certain Lego games. Any other games I just don't care about. But, like, I mean, I have,
I love everything BioWare touches except for Dragon Age 2.
True.
but I mean, I don't know. It's just a personal preference. I like certain Lego games, and I love them to death, but anything else, I'm just kind of like, whatever.
So you love RPGs, but you don't like BioWare.
No, not really.
That is an interesting opinion.
Well, they are their kind of own thing.
Yeah.
They're not like she likes.
She
more
likes
the
JRPGs. That is
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah, I played Skyrim and Fallout, but that doesn't mean I play all RPGs, even though I'm going to play Horizon, and it's going to be great. It better be great.
Looks cool.
It better be great. It can't be another Square Enix.
Now we're gonna talk about EA. I mean Ubisoft. And
that's why I did it.
we're
Because
gonna
it's
talk
right
about,
there on.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about For Honor and their plans for DLC. Apparently, unlike many, I'm just gonna read this. Unlike in many games, all For Honor players will be able to take advantage of the post-launch DLC updates, which are broken down into faction war seasons. Each season will be comprised of 3 months, which will see the release of 2 heroes and 2 new maps, as well as other weapons, armors, and game modes. Season Pass holders will have 7 days with the new heroes before they are released to the larger player base. And then they will be unlocked automatically. If you didn't buy the Season Pass, you can recruit the heroes by spending steel, then gain currency. Spending pass holders will also have access to exclusive scavenger packs and get to play the game a week before release. But the other additional post-launch weapons and items will be available for everyone. The update schedule is planned in detail in the game's latest trailer.
So in other words, if you have Season Pass, you get all this stuff early and without spending in-game stuff. But
from
if you
what
don't,
it seems like, the faction war season thing is like their own like competitive seasons. Because that's the way it looks like it's set up, and because it's 3 months. So, I mean, I am excited for that game, but at the same time, I'm just gonna let it see how it goes for the first week or so, then I'll think about it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Also,
Like, I don't know.
Samurai.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's like one of those games you don't know what you want to do.
I'd probably pick Viking though. Just saying.
Sean, you're the most un-Viking person in the world.
But Vikings are epic.
You say that, but I love Norse and Viking stuff. Like, it's one of my favorite things.
I'm not picking a samurai either, and like
I
you
love
think
Japanese
I would.
and I love samurai too. So and I like knights. So
I just love Viking costumes. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's more of an aesthetic thing, but I love Viking costumes and how they're just kind of like, whoa.
You just like the rage.
Yeah, pretty much. And I love
You guys should have
pirates
seen
too.
Tiffany's face just now.
Yeah, and I mean I love pirates too. So I mean I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
We need pirates.
I like
pirates
people.
for
I like
honor.
people in the
Just
water.
do that.
There we go.
Just add a 4th faction, pirates.
Yeah, the samurais came on a boat.
Then
I
add
picked them.
ninjas. Because then we would truly know who wins, pirates or ninjas.
So where did we leave off?
We're talking about Obsidian Studios. Or whatever their rest of their... Obsidian. We're talking about Obsidian. The people that made Fallout New Vegas. Those people. Obsidian Entertainment. They started talking about... They finally have talked about Stormlands, which is something that they were going to make exclusively for the Xbox One. The reason it never really came out and got canceled, apparently, was because there's nobody inside Xbox that actually has faith in exclusives. That's what that's what they are saying, which kind of makes a lot of sense considering Xbox hasn't been doing anything with exclusives very much. Like last year, I think they had 4.
Yeah.
And one of them was ReCore.
Yes, I think the only they had that. And they had Quantum Break.
And then they had Gears of War 4.
Yeah.
And I don't know the last one.
The Halo, like the Halo collection thing.
No, did Halo 5 come out last year? I thought no. All the Halo stuff came back. It came
like
in
the
2015.
Master Collection.
No, that was in like 2014.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
was a
follow
while
Xbox,
back.
obviously. Sorry.
Yeah. So
I don't follow that stuff.
I understand, Sean. You're a scrub. We love you anyway.
Okay.
So apparently that's the problem with Microsoft, is that they just don't want to support developers that want to make stuff.
Do you think that's why so many companies are having like deals with PlayStation then?
Yeah.
Because there's games that aren't like exclusive to PS4, but they'll have exclusive content.
Yeah, I think this whole thing may just boil down to Microsoft doesn't like the idea of taking chances
Maybe.
with third-party developers, because the thing about Microsoft that we all need to realize is that they do publish a lot of games themselves.
Yeah.
So I can kind of understand where they're coming from, where they may not have faith with all these third-party developers.
Yeah.
But it could eventually it's going to come the problem with Nintendo is that there isn't good third-party support.
Yeah. And
So-
the Switch is supposed to be the first one that has good party support, third party support, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, if you have enough good games, they will sell. Like, Sony has a bunch of games on their consoles that are garbage, but I mean, they have so much good that it makes up for it. Like, it's not like one game's gonna completely wreck your company unless it was made by Microsoft. Like, if Microsoft made a trash game, the consoles might sell, but their gaming department might suffer. But with third-party developers, it probably is going to hurt the third party more than it's going to hurt Microsoft. Like, they might lose a few dollars, but it's not like that alone is going to bring their console down.
Yeah.
Unless every game was horrible. But, you know,
That's
with
why,
Rockstar and stuff, they'll be fine.
that's why I like how open Sony is with, like, developers. Like, even if it's, like, indie games and if it's, like, Japanese games, they release so many games. And they might not all be good, but at least they're releasing games.
Yeah. Do you use the quote from this Digital Trends article? It says it comes down to budget and it comes down to having a champion at Microsoft. I can see games that had champions and weren't canceled until $80 million were spent. And there's games that had a $10 million budget and had a champion and ended up with a budget of $60 million and shipped. So it really comes down to the fact that they're kind of scared to throw money at things that they're not sure they're going to get returns on.
Yeah.
And while I can completely understand how thinking like that, sometimes you got to spend money to make money.
Yeah.
And I mean, and they could also put in the contract that if they give you money, you have to finish the game or you have to give the money back. Like, that'll delete one of those problems. You can't worry about what does well in stores because that's going to be completely up to the consumer and how well the game does. But they can make some kind of deals, like make them at least finish the games. And if it's unplayable, then, you know, they have to give money back or something, you know, basically as long as they don't just throw out something and hope for the best, you know.
Like,
As long as they make a good attempt, you know.
they were the ones going to make Scalebound, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Obsidian was not the ones that were going to make Scalebound. They were going to make a game called Stormlands.
Okay.
Platinum was going to make Scalebound, I believe.
Okay.
People
Well,
that made the Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay. What I was saying is, like, I was excited. I mean, even though I don't have an Xbox One, I was excited for Scalebound because it looked awesome. And then when I heard it was we had talked about it on the show when they canceled it, and I was just like, that's kind of a hit for Xbox One players because like that was a highly anticipated game, and they just like outed it, and they outed it, and they didn't even give like all the stuff that they had out was like taken down on the game.
And they didn't give
they
a very
did a
good
Konami.
Yeah, and they didn't give a very good explanation as to why.
Yeah, so that I didn't like that, and then it just seems like it's a repeating problem with them now.
Yeah.
But I just like I get it. You don't want to lose money, but I mean it's not like they don't. It's not like they can't afford to take a chance. You know what I mean?
Like I said, they got enough good games. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if one or two games it's so bad it's actually hurting them, make a deal with like Rockstar and get something for GTA that's gonna do really well, and then people might buy a second copy of the game or something. You know what I mean? Like they can figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
and they should have like a safety fund. Like I feel like if you're in a company, you should have a safety fund, or you're just kind of doomed anyways.
Yeah.
True.
Also, we have something that you're probably very happy about, maybe.
What about the external support?
Yeah, about Sony finally getting external support to PlayStation 4.
I mean, I am excited about it. I am. But, I mean, I haven't filled up my 2 terabyte hard drive, so it's kind of one of those things, like, if I didn't already have that and they weren't so cheap,
Yeah.
I'd be like, yay! But, you know, I have that, but I know people who fill it up constantly, so it's going to be great not to hear them complain so much.
I actually, you would be surprised how hard it is to fill up a 2 terabyte hard drive. I have 75 games currently downloaded on my Xbox One. Like, between Xbox One games and 360 games, I have a 2 terabyte external Seagate. I'm at not even 50% of it full.
You know, it's crazy. I have one friend who, like, has struggles with it, and I have, like, 400 gigs left. But I'm wondering if so many games I'm buying are, like, remastered from the PS3, and that's why I have so much space. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I also, like, I do have online games, but I only have like 7 online games, and the rest are like single player and stuff. So I guess they're naturally smaller, and I don't play all the
Yeah, because the
MMOs
largest
and all that.
Yeah, the largest file on my Xbox One is actually Halo 5.
Mine's
because of all
probably
free
GTA.
updates.
Yeah, like mine's probably either GTA or Skyrim.
Mine's definitely GTA.
Yeah.
It's huge.
If I had GTA 5 on my Xbox, it might actually be up there.
Because the
Because
thing
it takes
is,
like 100 something gigs alone.
I actually upgraded my PlayStation's hard drive. I have a 2 terabyte in it right now, and it's like even with all the games I have, even that's not enough. So the fact that they're doing this now is good, but from what it says is the update will support USB 3.0 hard drives up to 8 terabytes. So
That's a ton. I
Yeah.
want to know how this is going to impact the recordings you can do on PlayStation, because if you automatically take them off and then put them on like a jump drive, the quality is garbage. Like,
yeah,
you either got to stream from it and download it from YouTube, or have a capture card to make it worth anything.
well, I haven't really had a problem with it.
But I mean, it always makes all the pictures like really darker, and it's hard to fix it.
Yeah.
Because like some reason Sony has this thing where they made it hard to fix, and I'm wondering if this will fix it.
Maybe.
Because it makes like, for some reason, like it has a thing where you fix one thing, another problem that didn't happen occurs. So I don't know if that's like for a copyright issue thing, but I'm like, then why would you let me put it on YouTube anyways if it's for copyright? Like things that mess up don't correlate. So I'm hoping that fixes a lot.
According to this article, though, one of the things that it says is the upcoming Fallout 4 update for PlayStation 4, for PlayStation 4 Pro, is going to have a 58 gigabyte. You have to have an extra 58 gigabyte space. For that.
Ugh.
Good googly moogly.
That's the size of a whole nother full size game.
That's like bigger than Injustice. Like,
58 gigabytes for an update.
I'm gonna be honest. That's bigger than that. That's not bigger than Halo 5. I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure Halo 5 is like.
it's not bigger
like,
than GTA.
But
It's not really 2K.
I mean, it's bigger than. I'm pretty sure it's bigger than Resident Evil.
bigger than Jesus. Let's just put it that way.
Well, no,
Yeah,
Resident Evil
basketball
is like
games are
60,
big.
I think. But it's like the size of a full game almost. But it's also because it's the Pro, I guess.
Yeah, and they're doing them better quality control or whatever.
And then the other thing this article says is this update that does this is going to have this latest update is available now for anyone in the beta program and includes the support for custom backgrounds and 3D Blu-rays viewed through the PlayStation VR.
That'd be interesting to watch a Blu-ray in VR.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I feel like that would really hurt your eyes, though.
Well, I've actually used the YouTube VR thing so far, and I like it. It's nice.
See, like if I had just had a mini fridge and I had something like that, I'd just never leave my room.
Yeah, I love the YouTube VR. It's very weird because there's not a lot of there's a lot of VR videos on YouTube, but at the same time it's really hard to search through because there's so much random stuff that I don't really care about in VR. But like I've watched the whole first level of the first Zelda game in VR. That was cool.
Did it not hurt your eyes at all?
It depends. Like when I was playing Resident Evil, I played Resident Evil on VR for like 2 hours, and I had to stop because that you're not supposed to play 2 hours straight on with a VR unless you're used to it. But well, for me, it's also because Resident Evil itself in VR, it can be a little bit sickening anyway because the way the camera works. But at the same time, it's like because my eyes are already terrible, I'd have to take a break anyway. So
Yeah, see, like my eyes are pretty bad too, so I'm thinking like a VR wouldn't be that good for me.
I do like how with PlayStation VR you can use it wearing your glasses. So
I mean, that's for customer satisfaction though, because
Yeah.
a lot of people wear glasses.
yeah, well, and it's comfortable too. So it's not like oh my glasses.
Yeah, just don't wear hipster glasses.
Well,
But Sean can.
I'm kind of. Yeah,
I meant like the one that's over half your face.
Yeah.
though.
Okay.
We have one more thing to talk about before we do that. I just want to say one thing. We also are now doing a podcast version of this show, and it's up on Blogger. It's just Arcade Fire on WLJS. It's the second episode of this semester, So if anyone wants to check that out, feel free. Now,
Yeah, we have a Facebook. Give us a like.
yes, we do have Facebook.
Yes. Like us.
Like us very much.
We'll send you smiley faces.
We will.
If we get enough likes, we'll post like selfies with smiley faces as a gift.
Yes. But all the selfies will be of Tiffany, no one else. 'Cause she just volunteered that.
No, everybody's gonna do it, especially Terrence.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is something that almost everyone else in the room knows about, but I know nothing about. Apparently, Blizzard doesn't want Overwatch console players using the mouse and keyboard.
I didn't do that
Why?
anyways. Like, I just use a controller anyway, so it doesn't affect me. But they think it's kind of unfair.
Why? PC players are doing it, and some PC players are using controller, maybe, like 2%.
But because with consoles aren't like really made to have like keyboard and mouse.
Oh,
So it would actually take an unfair advantage.
yeah, that's what it's saying. It's saying like most people on console aren't gonna do that much trouble to try to play it with keyboard and mouse. And with keyboard and mouse, like that's why when I play on PC, I actually do better with certain characters than I do on console, mainly because their precision is better. But at the same time, like console, whether it's they say they do or not, has the aim assist, and it would input that to also, I'm assuming, because you can't just take aim assist off and then put a keyboard and mouse and be like, oh well, it's just like it would have been PC. No, it's gonna be aim assist and keyboard and mouse. So you're gonna be cheating, and your rank is gonna be like platinum, and then you're gonna kill everyone, and everyone's gonna hate you because you're a cheating piece of
Kill
garbage.
all the things.
Wouldn't it be funny if the people who did that are the ones who like lag all the time? So it didn't
That
help.
would be funny, yeah.
Like somehow they made it to where you just lag.
I think they're actually, I believe it
Or
says
they
they're
disband
actually.
you from all Blizzard games for 3 months.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Which is what they're doing.
That's a little rough, man. Like especially
they
with
did
the,
before.
That's everything.
even WoW. Like if you play
Even
both,
WoW, even
Didn't they do
Hearthstone.
that to the people that were banned?
I thought it was just Overwatch. I didn't think they were like that hardcore.
I don't remember. I
Hey,
just remember.
you're
I mean,
not
that-
hardcore unless you live hardcore.
I mean, that's like
Yeah.
that's almost as bad as punishment if you flush like your mom's money down the toilet or something. That hurts your soul. That's gonna hurt your soul.
You're telling me I can't even play a children's card game? Yes.
Well, for me, it's like if you were trying to play Counter-Strike on PC with a controller. To me, that'd be stupid.
That
That would be retarded. Just saying, because it's like well, if you're playing on console, obviously you're meant to be using the controller anyway. But it's like, for me, besides the whole cheating aspect of it, it's for me. It's like if it's on that one device and it's meant to be played that certain way, I'd rather play it the way it's meant to be played. And then on PC, like with Counter-Strike, it's just like obviously you want to be precise and everything, so you want to use a keyboard and a mouse. So for me, it really depends on the game. But like I said, Overwatch, keyboard and mouse on PC, not on console.
Like I said, this is completely all you guys because I've never played Overwatch.
You don't optimize.
Because he's garbage.
I'm not garbage.
Garbage.
I'm not.
You need
You're supposed to
play
be
it.
the Blizzard lover. I don't play other Blizzard games, and I like it.
I've played Diablo, I've played WoW, I've played Heroes of the Storm, and I've played Overwatch and Hearthstone. But Overwatch is by far my favorite right now.
I've only tried this and Diablo, and I hated it. So
She just said she hates Overwatch because she didn't put a comma in the right place.
I'm talking.
Okay. We're just picking.
I know.
Okay,
But
we
y'all
are
garbage.
actually out of time now too.
So, yeah. We'll see you guys next week, I guess. So,
Yep.
yeah. Have a good day.
Later.
See you.